Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Bad Simmer or Pearl, and today we're going to be trying out a Sims 4 gameplay video. You are going to have to bear with me if anything is not the best, like the audio, if my game lags. Personally, I don't think my mods are actually an issue. I have played the game without any mods installed, and it still lags. I think it's a Sims 4 issue, and we all have been getting those patches every 2 seconds, so if some mods are broken or they're not updated, that's because I literally haven't gotten the time to update them. Today, I'm going to be doing a legacy gameplay actually. I put a poll out on my Patreon asking y'all what challenge would you like to see, and 50% of y'all voted for legacy. I said this in my introduction video. I do speak Korean, y'all. I'm not gonna try because I know that y'all Korean people do be following me on TikTok. I don't want to mess up, so do forgive the way I'm saying their names. I'm just saying it in my accent. But yeah, basically, this is our founder, Ji-yoon. She is an arrogant sim, she is evil, and she is proper. She is quite the authoritarian. Her views on hierarchy and status are very important to her. She'll be very respectful, very proper towards people of a similar social standing to her, so other nobles, and then those above her, obviously. But when it comes to the lower classes, not that much. That's where the evil really comes in. It's not so much that she goes out of her way to, punish people and see them suffer. It's more so if the situation calls for it, she's going to enjoy causing another sim misery. And then obviously she's arrogant here. She thinks very highly of herself. We're going to go through some of the sims in her household because since this is the Joseon Dynasty, even though the Legacy Challenge does call for you to stay in the same lot, I believe. Since I'm playing as a female sim, and this is the Joseon Dynasty, I couldn't just have her living on her own unless she was of a lower class. And I like having money in The Sims, so I didn't want to be of the lower class. I once sat down to play with Choi Gyung-ho. If you know anything about him, he's my favourite sim. I once played a gameplay out with him, and it was a bit difficult because when he had to pay his bills, he had pretty much no money left. And since he's registered with the Ministry of Labour, because he's a peddler and that's not a real job on The Sims, he doesn't actually make any money. So it was a bunch of selling, a bunch of, doing sketchy stuff to get money, and I wasn't a fan. It was hard. It was hard, y'all. But we're going to go and introduce some of the members of her family. We'll start with her father, who is the man of the house. Obviously, Bestie is in charge. So over here we have Jung Jun-hyuk. Basically, he is the Minister of Rights. If you don't know what that is, there are tons of ministries. I'm sure y'all hear them when you're watching the K-dramas. The Minister of War, the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Taxation, all those lovely guys. This guy here is a Minister of Rights, which means he's basically he spearheads the Ministry of Rights, who are in charge of the state ceremonies, rituals, and foreign affairs, and they also handle the diplomatic missions, religious rites, and the management of temples and shrines. So basically all of the events that you would expect the royal family the royal family or the state, the nation to handle, it would be his ministry who deals with them. And obviously you can see a few sims who are already part of this ministry right now. Obviously they're not full. I'll show you some of the clubs actually. Something you realize with me is that I can never actually stay on one topic for very long, so bear with me, give me a second. All of the clubs haven't been added in, and that's just because I'm lazy, but we can see here that we've got a few other ministries, and we've got a few sims in each of these as well, such as this right here, but they're not complete because again I am lazy. You can see as well, as for Ji-yoon's clubs, that this is the matchmaker, by the way, because straight after this we're going straight into dating. I do not want to waste any time. I just think we should introduce this family because she's a noble woman. OAS is basically Oasis Springs. This is where she's based anyway. She's a noble woman, and she's also an eligible maiden. That club as well isn't full. either. There are so many other women that I need to add to this, but I was lazy, so I didn't do it. Like, I haven't even. Let me actually just. I'm gonna try and cheat as little as possible as well in this challenge because I don't want to cheat. But possibly by like the next video or something, I'll have everything sorted out. But also maybe not really because this is a separate save file from my actual save file. This is actually an older version of it because I didn't want to give away everything that is in the save file. And also, I had to turn on aging for this one since this is a legacy gameplay and we can't just be having them be the same age the entire time. So, yeah. But Junhyuk isn't, if I'm going to be using base terms, Junhyuk is a good minister. He is on the good side, basically. When it comes to the politics in my save file, I know like months ago I said the king is so great, so there's no problems within his court and everyone is. Yeah, that's just not that realistic. There is a good and a bad side. One side is really corrupt, they want to make as much money as possible, and the other one actually cares for the nation. He's on the good side. Over here, you'll see that we have Jiyun's mother. She is spoiled. She is very lazy. She doesn't like to do anything herself. You'll actually see that there are no servants in this household. Why? It's because I'm lazy again. Since none of these people really cook like that, I just put in one of these tables, put out food, and I was like, yeah, if y'all are hungry, then just take from here. They haven't even washed up. This is what noble people do. They leave their things out for other people to deal with. Sua here is a very lazy sim, very spoiled, and she's cheerful. But when I say cheerful, I envision more like the parents in Saltburn, Felix's parents, who would downplay any other emotion but happiness. Actually, I did see a post, I don't know on what social media it was, but they said that The Sims 4 was basically like dolls for adults. And ever since then, I couldn't get that out of my head because it's so true. Over here, we've got June's brother. His name is Sokjin, and his wife's name is now Sokjin as well. I will not lie, I don't remember what her real name was, but that doesn't really matter. He lives here because he's a man, and his wife was the one who ended up moving to their house together. They might end up moving out later on. In my head, he's a lovely man. He's adorable. He is family orientated. He is tender, which means he hardly gets angry, and if he's upset or provoked to feel any one emotion, it's more likely to be sadness than anger. And he is a perfectionist. He wants to excel in all fields, and this is potentially due to the fact that his dad is a minister, and he wants to do well. He works under his father's ministry right now, along with a few other noblemen. It's not just his career that he wants to succeed in, but just life in general and his relationship. Because his wife right now, he's got a pretty strange relationship. Well, I mean, this isn't showing it, but they've got a distant family dynamic and their romantic relationship is a bit strained because for this girl whose name I cannot remember because it decided to change her name, basically, you might have already seen on TikTok, which by the way, if you're finding me on YouTube or anything else and you're not following me on TikTok, you should definitely go follow me on TikTok because that is where I started doing stuff like this to do with my Joseon Dynasty save file. This woman here was actually in the Crown Princess selection at the same time as the current Crown Princess. She didn't get to the third round of the selection, which, again, any Korean people can correct me on this. Believe what it is, if you get to the third round of the Crown Princess selection during the Joseon Dynasty, you were considered the Crown Prince's woman, or the King's woman if it was the Queen selection. You were considered that woman, and so you would have to remain chaste and single your entire life. Kind of similar to courtmaids and how they were considered the king's women as well, and if you ever got with anybody, then you would have to be killed because you had an affair on someone that you'll probably never meet. That's crazy to think about, which is why I'm obsessed. But there is actually a sim who did get to the third round with the current crown princess. That sim is the daughter of the right state councillor. She lives elsewhere. And she's a bit miserable, honestly. Her whole thing is she's in love with somebody, can't be with them because she'll literally just be killed. Because what do you mean you're in love with someone when you're literally the crown prince's woman, even though the crown prince doesn't know you exist? But life didn't end for her there. She ended up being able to marry into the Minister of Right's family, which honestly, you were going to be the king's daughter-in-law, and then now you're the, oh, that's a bit terrifying. And now you're just a minister's daughter-in-law. I mean, it's not a terrible descent, but it's a descent nonetheless, girly. But because of this, Ji-yoon isn't the biggest fan of her. She thinks she's a disappointment. Ji-yoon thinks that if she was eligible at the time, then she would have totally won, and it's shameful to have such a failure in her house. And her and her husband aren't on the best terms because it's really a lot of feelings of inadequacy with her and in herself. Obviously, though, Sachin wants to try. He does want to try with her. And I will warn you again for lag because I can't control it. It's not my fault again. It's The Sims. The Sims and the fact that I'm on a laptop right now. They're going to be also trying to have children. We might be having them as like a legacy gameplay on the side. But obviously they're not a main focus. Our main focus is obviously the stock, man. Like, I was researching what kind of pets they had in the Joseon Dynasty. Honestly, y'all, I won't lie. I'm not an animal person. I'm not a fan of animals, so you'll hardly see any of like cats, dogs, horses around. That's because I forget they exist and I don't like to play as them the way I don't like to play as like children and like toddlers and children. But this is Bitku, their dog. I think he's, I was gonna say cute, but I don't care. This is their dog. Yeah, this is their dog. Before we get back to Ji-yoon as well, outside of Ji-yoon's house she's not a oh my god. This is not a relative of the family at all. It's not Ji-yoon's sister. It's Ji-yoon's best friend. Her name is Younghwa, and she is like a real proper enabler of Ji-yoon's bad behavior, because we've already gone over how Ji-yoon isn't a Mary Save. She's not perfect. She's evil and she is arrogant, and so is her best friend. I mean, honestly, guys, how many dramas have you actually watched where the nobility are actually the good guys? And I'm not talking about the dramas that just don't feature peasants or people of the slave class. I'm talking about the ones which are all encompassing and we have everyone from all the classes. How many times are the noble people actually good? Obviously this household will be getting servants eventually, but I can't be bothered to do it right now. I think I might wait until Ji-yoon is married to add servants of her own that she can just have forever. I might give her a handmaiden before that. She might have a handmaiden next episode, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Right here though, we've got Ji-yoon sat here with the matchmaker, and this is honestly my excuse to use the phone, because obviously this is what 1600s, 1700s. We're not really supposed to be having phones like that. So over here we've got Kang Eunza, and basically she is the matchmaker in my save file. I mean, obviously there might be a few more. She's very regal looking, even though she's of the middle class, but just to remind her especially that she is middle class and not a noble, she's got the common people shoes. She's a matchmaker. I think she's a beautiful woman. She does have the Love Struck New Korea matchmaker, but that isn't justification to get the pack, y'all. It's not good enough for the £35. If you really do want to get it, I beg, please get it on CD keys. Since the matchmaker is in our house, I think we're just... Oh, wait, before I even do that. Basically, I built this house at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why it's not very good, and on the inside it's not very detailed either, but who cares, she's not even going to live here anyway. So I didn't actually build this wall over here. I think it uses a debug item from Cottage Living, and then the person who made the room basically just added things like the water in the center and then the buckets. But this here was inspired by the drama Maids, which I told you all that I am watching right now. I like how it's a bit inconspicuous because you can't really see, but going down, really just ignore all of this because you're not even supposed to see this. It doesn't exist. We've got a little room here where Ji-yoon or anyone would come and basically come to discipline people. They would put their servants down here and starve them and all that lovely stuff. Yesterday, when I was recording this and then it decided that I didn't even want to record for 3 hours, Ji-yoon kidnapped a servant and put them in here, and basically they were going to be our timer. Ji-yoon had to get a husband before they died, and Sims die like in 3-4 days. in-game days if they don't have food for that certain amount of time, and they were going to be my timer. She had 3-4 days to get a husband, but I mean that might have been a bit too long anyway. But I'll remind y'all, it's really not that detailed, and that's because I really wasn't trying. I wasn't trying at all. This is just a place where they can come eat together, you know, little activities. We've got a flower arranging table just for funsies. Inside here we've got the minister's bedroom. I saw someone put the beds behind the folding screens, which I think I've just adopted that, and now every single lot that you'll go into, the beds are going to be behind the screens. Again, when I was researching pets and stuff that they had during the Joseon Dynasty, fish was one of them. Usually in a pond and not in a tank, but you know what? Whatever. Who cares? They're rich enough to have a tank. Got Jiun's room. Where she and the matchmaker are. I think we can start now. I also want to mention that I'm not used to talking this long when I'm playing The Sims or any game really, so if my commentary is a bit dead, I'm sorry. Our plan is, because we've got the matchmaker here, we can use the phone. And we're going to go on a blind date. The last time we did this, we matched with a nobleman, which I'm happy about. We're going to go on a blind date now, and hopefully crossing our fingers that we're not getting with a peasant or a slave or something like that. We're just hoping to get some random, and also not a randomly generated townie. Dog, get out, I beg. Moment of truth, who do we have? The reason I'm laughing is because this guy is from Cheonsan. Cheonsan isn't a real place. It's like the supernatural world where all the vampires, werewolves, and all the lovely occult sims reside. This is the universe's way of saying that you will not date anybody in your own universe, and you'll be having some time with random from a different alternate parallel universe. I mean, slay though. You're not supposed to be here. He's in his mage fit. This is a spellcaster, in case what I just said isn't very clear. This is the spellcaster sim. But who is this in the water? This is a minister. Okay. And who's this one? Why is everyone just in the water, y'all? Who is this? Shall we entertain this? Shall we entertain this? No, because there's no way he's going to become her husband, though. That's the thing. This lot, by the way, is by Atelier Lena on the gallery. I didn't build this one. There are some other pavilions which I have made. You're just a townie. I know you are. Right? Yeah, you're just some random townie. All these people I have to go update. I don't think we'll proceed with you. I think you're lovely. I just don't think she's the biggest fan of occult sims. So, bestie, we're actually gonna... It's nothing personal, I swear it's nothing against you. You're lovely, in fact you're beautiful. Love your Alpha CC hair, but it's not for me. Sorry. What the hell is this face doing right now? What, did we get someone good this time? Oh, yeah, I need to block it. I don't want to see. Oh, is this my date? Oh! I mean, I suppose he's a nobleman. Okay. This is another example of something that I need to go and update. Your club thing. I need to go and update you now. Oh, and your face. And your face as well. The fact that you pulled up in full scholar attire is giving red flag. It's giving too serious. I mean, bestie, what are you happy about? What evil thing just happened? What evil thing just happened for you to be happy about? Evil sims greatly enjoy reveling in the misery of others. Near misery. Who's miserable right now? Is it the person in the bloody... Is it him? Okay. You do you, girl. Also, again, guys, literally just ignore the townies. Obviously, since Jiun is... I mean, I haven't given it to her. I think I might just cheat it. I need to cheat in 2 traits for her. Ambitious and hates children. Bessie does not like kids, and she doesn't actually want to be a mother, but she wants to be a mother because, you know, that's what she has to do, and she wants to be a mother because that's the expectation, but not because she really wants to be a mother. And if this guy is really serious all the time, that's actually fine, I suppose. Just go and say hi to him, and... I don't remember what traits I gave the sim either, because I already told you that's an old sim, it needs to be updated, but potentially... Oh, are we gonna... all the way from here? All the... Guys! The mic is close to my mouth, man, like, hi, hello, Youngo. Love you. In fact, we should ignore the date and just go. This is so stupid. Why are y'all like this, bro? In the background. I mean, this is a palace lot again, but that is the Grand Prince and Princess. But let's just pretend they're not there. We're just gonna focus on get to know this sim. I mean, he looks mean, personally. To me, he looks mean. Maybe it's the makeup, I really don't know. But we'll try and do some of these objectives over here. Oh, gracious. They're literally talking in my ears, bro. Get out! With the Love Struck part, something that I've noticed is that Sims will autonomously do this whole sky gazing thing, which is fine, I suppose, but okay, maybe he's not mean, maybe he's just intense. Because why is he focused and she's completely bored with this conversation? However, Ji-yoon comes from a line of ambitious Sims, perfectionist Sims, and she will get the perfect date. Potentially. Maybe not this one. Maybe not. That one's a bit crazy for the Joseon Dynasty, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we've learnt one of them. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, best friend just got up and is walking away. Like, you can see June back there. She's like, what the actual hell? Well, even though I did say that we won't quit, I already know my heart of hearts. You are not going to be with this person. Bye. She did think he was very attractive though, which is interesting. You know what? Now that we know him, maybe we'll come back to this. But personally, I don't think so. Bessie was bored the entire time. Maybe what we need is a new location. This will be our third sim that we're going to try this out with. And let's hope that it is decent. Okay, who's our new blind date? Who is it? Who is it? For a second I thought it was a crown prince.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
This is actually an insult. I don't have the extreme violence mod on. I would slap you right now. In fact, you're giving me flashbacks to the guy who had the audacity to get it on with a Nova woman.
Stop it.
Stop! A widowed Nova woman, like, bro. I will literally slap you and kill you, like, bro. Be so real. This is going to be the last date that I'm going to try. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out and I give up, guys. Like, maybe later on. This is the person the blind date got this time. Let's, you know, make it so that your hat isn't clipping into your head. He's okay. No, he's okay. His name is Lee Tae-jin. He's a nobleman and he's under the Ministry of Rights. So he works for your father, my love. That's not bad. And I took us to a temple because I thought maybe it would lag less if we're on a lot with less custom content. Because since this recording thing in the background is making it really slow, I'll have it figured out by the next time we do this. We're gonna do it. Oh, she's gonna go eat. Girl, I know you might be hungry, but at the same time, just men first. Hopefully this goes okay. There is nothing more immersion breaking than the bloody crown prince and princess showing up everywhere. Like, why are you here? It's like, everyone just go away. Are y'all even... You with your broken eyelashes, girl, I can't deal. Go away. No. Since I have literal short-term memory, I don't remember what traits I gave these Sims, any Sims at all. She's still bored from her last interaction, girly. We kicked her out and it's the way she's literally back. This game is lagging so much to the point where I don't even think I'll have any footage for this, y'all. I think the next time that I play, I'm gonna try and test it first to see if it won't lag as much. Well, she found the scholar as very attractive. She actually finds this guy as bad looking. Sorry, basic looking. I don't know anything about him at all. Y'all, this really is a pitiful first episode. I don't think we did anything at all in this, but who is this anyway? What the hell? This is really difficult to play unpaused. And I'm suspecting it has to do with the fact that I'm recording this at the same time, and all that lovely stuff. So I think I'll end it here before the date really begins. I mean, looking at him, aesthetically, he's a promising candidate. I think, in fact, why are y'all back literally just because he's the last one that we've encountered? Let's just give us a, we'll go with this icon here. I think this is the end of the video, guys. Next video I'm going to try and get this to run a bit smoother, figure out some things. I don't even know if the audio is fine this time, nothing. But aren't you caught up? Bro, I actually can't with Sims. I actually hate this game, y'all. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like they're flexing their good relationship. Like, what do you actually mean? Bro, Leslie just sat there because what she went to. I can't with this. What do you mean you're sleeping on a... This is the end of the video, guys. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye.